trade season is getting spicy. Anthony Davis has requested a trade and told the Pelicans he's not going to sign the Supermax when they offer it to him, and has politely requested they get him up out of there 10 days before the trade deadline. What up, it's your boy Titus of Not The Experts. We here, we back, like we never left. We didn't leave, we've been around. So let's just get into this, man. Anthony Davis of the New Orleans Pelicans, who has been having a killer season, is tired of the New Orleans losing life and wants to go somewhere and win. It's pretty understandable. I think a lot of people have seen this coming. If you've seen any of his comments, his interviews, he's kind of hinted at the fact that the money is not what he's here for. He's here to win championships, and the time has come. He's ready to get up out of there. He's given the Pelicans formal notice about this, so they have 10 days to maybe get a trade done, or they can wait till the summer. How do I feel about this trade request initially? I'm glad Anthony Davis did it. New Orleans wasn't going anywhere. They're in limbo. They're a franchise that they can't get it together. Some of it's not their fault. Like, some of it's unfortunate injuries, like the DeMarcus Cousins injury, and some of it is just, and some other injury issues from even Anthony Davis to Drew Holiday having some injury concerns at times. A lot of it's just not being healthy, and some of it is just mismanagement, which is a plague to just about any franchise with a great player stuck in limbo. It's just mismanagement, and things don't work out. And AD wants out. He wants to go somewhere that's going to build something and try and win a championship. And I'm never going to knock a guy for that, period. He did this in quote-unquote the right way, as people like to say, because, I mean, the reports say from Shams and Adrian Wojnarowski that he told his teammates on Friday about this, about his trade request and everything that was going on. So he informed them. He hasn't given the Pelicans a list of teams he wants to go to. He and his agent, Rich Paul, haven't given them a list of teams, just that he wants to go to a championship contender, which allows the Pelicans to have some kind of leverage, and it doesn't just hamstring them to take whatever offer because you're going to lose them anyway. Which, that's a very nice thing to do. It's a very cordial thing to do. Didn't have to do that, but it's very nice of him that he did. So the Pelicans have some sort of leverage going on. So what everyone thinks is going to happen is this is when the Lakers make their big move, which has been plotting on for a while. The Lakers have a lot of young assets. They have Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram. Now this Ivan Zubac guy. The list goes on. They have a lot of people, a lot of young pieces that a lot of people thought they were going to throw into a trade to get a star at some point. Some people think they should have done it last year. They should have made an effort to get Paul George, which they didn't do. They missed the boat on that. So they lost out on the Paul George sweepstakes because he stayed in Oklahoma City. They just were so sure he was going to end up in LA. He didn't. Joke's on you. So LA is most likely going to make, and Matt Johnson is most likely going to make a crazy offer for Anthony Davis this in the next 10 days. Because they have to. And the reason they have to is that you have LeBron James and you have a championship window. When you have LeBron James, you have a championship window. Period. And this squad right now that you have is cool. It's not winning you a title. The goal has always been for LA to get superstars. LA is not a developed rookies organization. They're a superstar organization. They're not going to wait around to develop guys while they have LeBron James, which they shouldn't do, because you have LeBron James. Why are we waiting around to develop guys? Go get your star now if that's what you want to do. So LA is going to have to make a crazy offer because they missed out lately. Magic missed out. The only thing Magic's hit on is LeBron. Missed out on Paul George. Probably going to miss out on Kawhi because they didn't pull a trade for him either. And they wouldn't pull the trigger for him. They didn't pull the trigger for Paul George. They didn't get Jimmy Butler. They're going to make a ridiculous offer to the Pelicans. The Pelicans are basically going to have the pick of whatever they want from LA. If they want that, I'm not convinced the Pelicans should take any offer from the Lakers. Not one. And I'm going to give you a couple reasons why. One reason is you don't get to openly court my player. And if I'm the Pelicans, you don't get to openly court a player under contract for my team, in Anthony Davis, and then I'm going to trade him to you. Like, no, we have nothing to talk about. LeBron James has openly talked about how he loved to play with Anthony Davis and how great Anthony Davis is and blah, 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 blah. There was some uproar about that, whether it was tampering or not. I don't think it was. I mean, players can pretty much do what they want when it comes to that. They're going to say what they want. If an organization does it, it is tampering. If a player does it, It's not. That's just the way the game goes. Sorry, it's the way the cookie crumbles. It's the way you know all the cliches about that. So the thing, yeah. So I wouldn't trade him to the Lakers for the simple fact that you're not gonna get to openly court my player, and the entire media saying that my player is gonna go to LA, and then I'm gonna trade him to you. No, get on my face. You can offer me Ball, Ingram, Hart, Kuzma. I'm saying no. You can offer me all of those guys, a pick, another pick. I'm saying no. The answer is no. No. Get off my phone. I might take the call just to entertain you for a little bit, run you around in circles, and then tell you no. You know, like when a telemarketer calls you, right? Or a scam calls you, right? And you know it's a scam, but you want to have a little fun. You got time today. So you sit there and you play games with him. You sit there, act like you're interested. Just run him in circles, run him in circles. Then you say no and hang up on him. That's what the Pelicans should do to the Lakers for just the reasons I just gave. Another reason, for me personally, why I don't think the Pelicans should do this trade is because, for me, I think the LA pieces from Ball to Ingram to Hart to any of those guys you want to name, they're good prospects. They have potential, but they're still pretty raw in some areas, and they're going to require a lot of development. And me personally, I don't think New Orleans is the place to develop them. I don't know how good their development system is. I don't know how well they're going to be able to pull that off. So I'm not certain they should do it. I'm not certain how good it would work out for them if they did it, because I'm not sure how well they can develop talent in New Orleans. I'm just not. So that's another reason why I don't think they should do it. And the last reason is because you don't have to. New Orleans doesn't have to do a single thing right now. No matter what AD said, no matter what he asked for, which was totally in his rights to ask for, no matter what he said, they don't have to do a single thing because AD's under contract through 2020, for one, which means you still have leverage leading up to this summer. And Boston, because of the Rose Rule, and go read up on that. I don't want to explain it because I feel like I might mess it up. They legally cannot trade for Anthony Davis until the summertime, which means your potential best offer in the world can't come to you until this summer. Because if anybody, Boston has players, Boston has picks. They have everything you would need to jumpstart a rebuild, which when you lose Anthony Davis, you're going to be rebuilding. Like, this is what it is. The rebuild time is going to be on at that point once you lose AD. So the bottom line is, if you can't get your best offer now, if offer doesn't blow you out of the water from any team in the NBA, and yeah, I said any team. I know he wants to go to the championship team. If you don't get an offer that blows you away, you don't make a move. You stay still, because when the summertime comes, your leverage opens up. The world is your oyster at that point. You can pretty much get. Everyone's going to be trying to give you the best of the best, because everyone in the summer is going to feel like we're Anthony Davis away. We get one Anthony Davis. You can have a bunch of playoff teams that are telling themselves, we get Anthony Davis. We are right there. We can win the championship. If you make the playoffs, you're not too far. You're not too far off with that, right? Like, if you can make the playoffs, and then you get Anthony Davis, that takes you to another level. Especially if you're a team in the Eastern Conference, right? If you're a team in the East, you get AD, you might win the East for 7 years or something. The East is terrible. So, yeah, so if you're the Pelicans, unless you get a crazy offer, I wouldn't make a move. I wouldn't move a muscle. I'm taking all calls. I'm seeing what the market is right now, of course, for the next 10 days. Because there's only 10 days for the trade deadline. It's not a lot of time to work with in the trading market. Things take time. Trades take a lot of time to work out behind the scenes. There's a great article in The Athletic about about the trades and the trading market and how it really goes and how detailed and intricate everything involved in that is. Trades take time. You don't rush anything just because your player asks for a trade. I heard Ron Windhorst on ESPN said this morning that, the Pelicans could shut Anthony Davis down because he's injured right now anyway. They could shut him down for the rest of the year, just sit him down, and then tank the season out. So then you have a high pick, and then you can still trade him. You have a high pick. You can trade him, maybe get some more picks and some players, and then you move on with it. Then you begin your rebuild, your restructure. And I don't think that's a bad course of action, honestly. But the only thing is, the trade can happen this summer and they still have leverage. If it goes past the summer, their leverage is gone because everyone knows he's going to leave in the off season, so they won't be willing to give you anything. But this summer, you're there. You're right where you want to be, and you're going to have a market for them. Because the thing is, man, think after when Carmelo Anthony got traded from from the Nuggets, a lot of teams, and they saw that win with the Knicks. A lot of people were like, "Oh, they gave up so much to get Carmelo," and then they kind of gutted the roster. So now a lot of teams are hesitant to do that because, like, oh well, if we can get a guy in free agency, why would we do that? The reason you don't wait, the reason you make the trade is because of the Paul George situation. Everyone was saying Paul George is gonna go to the Lakers. He's gonna go to the Lakers. He's gonna go to the Lakers. Thunder traded for him. He's going to the Lakers. He's going to the Lakers. Going to the Lakers. Okay, so you dropped that stat. Paul George stayed in Oklahoma City. Period. He didn't make a move. The reason the Toronto Raptors made that trade for Kawhi Leonard, you don't know if he's gonna stay, but guess what? You take that chance because it's an upgrade. Like DeMar DeRozan is great. Kawhi Leonard is better. You get a chance to upgrade. If he leaves in a year, guess what? They're in the perfect position to rebuild because Kyle Lowry has an expiring contract. They can start a rebuild over there. But you know what? You took a chance. That's what it's about. You have to take a chance sometimes. And the Pelicans are teams are going to want to take a chance this summer. I'm not sure how many are going to want to take a chance right now. I'm not sure what kind of offer you can get right now when there's Boston lurking this summer and you can get maybe a Jaylen Brown and a Jason Tatum and a couple picks for AD. Which I think that's a really solid package, I think. Because I think Jason Tatum is further along in his development. And Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are further along in their developments than any of the Lakers prospects, in my opinion. That's my personal opinion on the situation. I could be wrong. I'm not going to argue about it. That's just how I feel. That's how I view it. So teams... Now I'm going to get into something else. I'm going to get into teams I would like to see trade for Anthony Davis. Not teams that not teams that make the most sense. I have some of my teams I would like to see him play for, even though it's very unlikely, whether they're likely or unlikely to happen. All right, y'all ready? Let's do it. One, I'd like to see him play for the Hawks, just because I live close to Atlanta. Go to some games, see Anthony Davis play basketball. That'd be fun, cool things. And it'd be nice to see Atlanta get a star for once. I don't know if they know how to do that, but it'd be nice to see what they could do if they got one. I want to see the Thunder. I think that would be really cool. Paul George, Russell Westbrook, and Anthony Davis is a really fun trio I'd like to see work out. Especially how Paul George is playing this year. He's balling out. MVP. He's my MVP candidate. We can get into that another time, but Paul George is my favorite for the MVP right now. He's probably not going to get it, but he's my personal favorite. He'll be my MVP. So, what you talking about? And then, because I like to watch the world burn, the Warriors. This is the trade I did for the Warriors, right? I know y'all like, oh, how are they going to do that? If the Pelicans called the Warriors and said, we'll take Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and give you Anthony Davis and somebody else to fill the salary cap, would you do it? I think the Warriors should do it in about 3 seconds. Think about it for like half a second and then have a moment to celebrate all the championships and that great time you had with Draymond and Klay, and you get them out of there. You know why? Because if you have Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Anthony Davis, you can figure anything out. The rest of it will work itself out. You'll get it together. And I like to watch the world burn, and that would piss so many people off. Do you know how many people this would be upset if Golden State were able to do that? It would be so funny because I like watching people be sad. I like watching sports fans specifically be sad. Just sports fans. Because they get so upset about things like this, about organizations doing organizational things. And I like to laugh at it. So I'm in favor of that. Because I like to watch the world burn. I want to see him go to the Warriors. I know it's probably not going to happen. Honestly, I don't expect a single thing to happen with this trade until the summertime. I expect AD to still be a New Orleans Pelican until the summer. Unless the Pelicans just feel like they don't want to deal with it. Or they get an offer that blows them away. Which, it's very possible they could, because somebody probably wants to make a run on during the second half of the season. But, I just feel like they're going to wait until the summer, because that's when the presumed best offer will be available. Like, this stuff changes daily. You never know what might pop up. You never know who might get thrown out there. But, we'll see what happens. Oh, actually, I'd like to see the Spurs. Can you imagine if Greg Popovich got his hands on Anthony Davis? Do you know what that man would do? Do you know what he would do with Anthony Davis? How terrifying that would be. How amazing that would be. I want to see him go to the Spurs. I don't know how they do it. I don't think they could do it. But if they could, I'd like to see it. That's why I said I don't know where he'll go. These are teams I want to personally see, not teams that make the most sense. Alright? So I want to hear from y'all. So those are just my brief thoughts on the AD situation. I'll be back later this Maybe this week. I'm doing some things. I'll be back. We'll talk as time goes forward. I'm gonna try and stay in constant contact. I'm gonna drop a few links in the description of this so y'all can just see what we're up to. Stay up to date on what we're in. We got the Discord going now. We're trying to get that up and running. Yeah, so shouts to you for listening. Thank you. Y'all don't take much of y'all time up. I like to keep it brief. Thank you. I have another podcast for the Super Bowl. How about that? I'll do something for the Super Bowl for sure. Guaranteed that. Salute to y'all. Thank you. Enjoy your Tuesday. Is it Monday? It's Monday. Enjoy my week. It's been a long week. Enjoy your Monday. Talk to y'all later.